YouTube, welcome to the chat. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, TikTok. Today is Thursday, July 25th, 2024, and you are watching live with LWL, Lindsay with Love. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me adjust this a little bit. I'm still trying to get used to my two-camera situation. Welcome, Melissa, to the chat. We have got so many lovely things to talk about today. Again, as always, let's do the dang thing already. Welcome to the chat, Freedom Guy. Maya, welcome, and welcome back to the chat. Maya, welcome back, Freedom Guy. iClouds of Synchronicities. That's a fun name. Welcome. Welcome, Shell. Welcome, Jose. Welcome to the chat. I am broadcasting on TikTok Live. I am also broadcasting right next door on YouTube Live. And so if you ever are missing any of my morning broadcasts, you can always go to YouTube. My handle is I am Lindsay with Love, and you can check me out there. Good morning, Richie. Good morning, Mallory, to the chat. Welcome, Mallory. Thank you guys for the likes already. And I just started broadcasting. Before I even begin, I'm grateful that you're all here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts if you feel inclined. Thank you for the community fest if you feel inclined. Thank you for the follows if you feel inspired to do so. All those things help me and my channel and help me fulfill my soul mission of raising the frequency of the planet. Even if it's just one human spiritual being at the time, I will take it. Thank you. Hello, TK. Welcome back to the chat. We've got some newbies that are consistent, and I love that. Hello, Brandy. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Susan loves the beach. Welcome to the chat. I love the beach too. Nothing like some relaxing ocean waves, right? All right, let's get going. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for all the likes. I appreciate you. We have a jam-packed session today, but I'm going to ask you once again, as always, for a little bit of Wu Wei. If you don't know what Wu Wei is, it is the art of effortless living, the art of not trying, becoming the river and flowing through the land with ease. And that is how I love to live my life, and so we are going to do that today. I'm going to have some topics to talk about, and you, hopefully, have some things to say about them. Let's get going. Hello, July. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Maiden's Vibe. Welcome to the chat. Good morning. Thank you for the follow, Shell. Mallory is in the house. Mallory, did you ride the wave yesterday? And if so, did you have a good day? You guys, if you're new here, by the way, at the very end, around 9:55 Eastern Standard Time, at the very end of the broadcast, we start the energetic wave. And it is a series of affirmations. It's a series of breath work. We do it every single day. We get on the wave together. If you fall off the wave throughout the day, you just get back on. So yesterday, the wave was very strong. How do I know this? Because I went on my website and it said error, fatal error, critical error. Nothing was opening. I couldn't get to my admin. I couldn't get to my back end. I could barely get to support. I was like, oh my gosh. Did I get hacked? What's happening here? I don't know, right? I'm not super tech savvy. I just need it to work, right? Enough, right? And I was like, okay, you're on the wave, first of all, Lindsay. So stay on the wave. And through a series of kind of just intuitive things, I realized that it's like an auto renewal every year. And the card that I had on file was expired. It was as simple as I just needed to change my payment method and update some payments. Thank goodness, right? Thank goodness. However, I did message support and I was like, this is the error I'm getting. I can't fix it. And they did email me back saying that they made an update as well. And it's just a weird synchronicity, right? They made an update that was messing up some people's sites. But I didn't freak out. I was like, okay, well, I have Stripe payment links, so that's not a problem. But let me stay on the wave and see if I can really flow through this. Now, 2018 Lindsay would have lost her mind, would have had 5 bad days in a row, would have told everybody and their brother about my website crashing. Today, Lindsay is sharing the story with you simply because I want you to see how when you get on the wave and when you raise your frequency, you don't get bothered by silly little things anymore. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, one second, you guys. I'm not inviting people into my live. By the way, you guys, if you are interested in subscribing to my channel, that would be great. You get a little special VIP badge. You get shout outs. You get your comments paid attention to more than the others, I suppose. Or at least you get priority. Thank you, Mallory, for the lightning bolts, my friend. That is super sweet of you. I appreciate it. The wave was rode. All right, let's get into it. I love that. Let's get into it. So if you were with me last night, by the way, if you're new here, I broadcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I broadcast Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Evenings, we are vibing out. We are not. I talk a little bit. I try not to talk as much, but it always happens that there's conversation. But I'm crocheting. We're listening to lo-fi music. It's a place for you to come and just breathe, release, maybe do some introspective, self-reflective work from the day's end. Okay. So both sessions are really cool, different vibes. I think they're cool anyway. Thank you for the likes, TK. Good morning. Bex in progress. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Bex is in the Manifesting Club. Mallory is in the Manifesting Club. Mallory is in the Cosmic Collective. We have so much going on over here at Lindsay with Love. All right, so I'd like to talk to you guys. If you were with me last night, you've already heard the story, so apologies in advance. I wanted to share it yesterday morning, but I just didn't have time. They are cool. Yes, they are. My mom was talking to me yesterday, and she was a little bit like disheveled, a little bit like exasperated is a nice word for it, maybe. And she was like, Lindsay, I just don't know if something's wrong with me. And I was like, what, Mom? Like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm tired. I'm really tired. And every morning I've been waking up really early for somebody else. And I just want to be able to wake up when I want to wake up. My mom's retired, by the way. She worked very hard her whole life. She raised 3 kids. She helped my dad through his terminal illness of cancer. So it's like, and she goes and helps my grandma every single day. Like, she's like, if anyone is the most deserving to just rest and just do what they want all day, every day, I believe it's my mom. And I'm sure everyone says that about, somebody that they deeply love. So she was like, at first I thought she was kind of being silly and a little bit like dramatic. And she's like, and then so-and-so wants to have lunch with me, and so-and-so wants to have dinner with me, and grandma needs this, and da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, and I don't know what's wrong, but I just don't want to do any of it. I don't want to do it. And I was like, well, Mom, perhaps you have spent your whole life pleasing everyone else. And you're finally sinking into your own energy in your retirement. And you're finally seeing how nice it is to just flow with the energy that is natural to you in the day. And it is a little bit disruptive when you have other obligations. And she's like, I know, but then when I'm sitting alone at home, I think I wish I had somebody to talk to, or I wish I was doing something. And I was like, well, Mom, that's very normal. If you've been in overdrive your entire life, and then you have the opportunity to sit still for many days in a row, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It really is. And so at first I thought she was teasing me, kind of like being silly. And I was like, okay, Mom, I'm sorry for laughing at you. Like, very genuinely, you are coming out of people-pleasing mode. And I had a very confirming dream last night that I'll share with you guys in a second. But I'm curious to know, are you guys coming out of people-pleasing mode? That was one of the biggest switches for me in my spiritual journey, right? Because we're taught to be selfless. We're taught not to be selfish. Oh, that's selfish. Oh, that's selfish. Oh, that's selfish. I can't believe you're being so selfish, right? Right? But what if you were just to be selfish enough that you filled your cup so full, that you shine so bright, that you were able to really send that energy to others? Now, is that selfish? Or is that like the most selfless thing you could actually do? The result is actually the most selfless thing you could do. And we're going to get into right and wrong choices, expanding your consciousness later in the episode. Oh my gosh, you guys, I read some really powerful things last night. I cannot wait to share them with you. All right. Good morning, Allie. You guys, by the way, hold on. I did something with my settings, and now I'm getting all these like comments that are dark. Okay, I fixed the settings. I had an issue last night with somebody I had to block, and then settings got all messed up. Good morning, Judah. Welcome to the chat. Mallory is depleted and a retired people pleaser. Mallory, you're in the right place, my friend. You know that already. Allie, I'm approving your comments. I don't know what's going on. Divinity, good morning. Welcome to the chat. All right. Mallory says, my daughter's been at camp for almost 3 weeks, and I write her every single day. And Allie's coming out of people-pleasing mode, and I'm literally depleted and a retired people-pleaser. Permission granted, Mallory. I'm sure your daughter knows that you love her, and she's also probably having the best time ever. So, I mean, I'm sure she misses her mom, right? But also, I remember going to summer camp when I was little. I was like, yeah, I missed you, but like, I was living my best life. I was like flirting with a boy named Kevin at the campfire. Yes, that was his name. I remember. I don't know why. I don't know why. Judah says, I'm actually awake. Well, welcome back to the chat, Judah. We've missed you here. La says, I definitely relate. A car accident allowed me to step out of people-pleasing mode. Feels good. Yeah, right? Hello, TK. Thank you guys for all the likes. We're already at 1,500 likes, and it's only 9:12. I've only been broadcasting for 9 minutes. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so I was telling my mom this, and I think it was really hitting her like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. And when I was dreaming last night, by the way, you guys have been asking my guides, like, for specific help within my dreams, right? Because we can connect with our angels and guides in dreams. So my routine before bed, if you guys are curious to know, is I read a little bit, typically about spiritual stuff. If you're new here, my hand is on my chest because I'm training myself to speak out of my heart instead of my throat. So sometimes I have to come back down here. Good morning, Joyce. Welcome to the chat. LOA, Law of Assumption 1111. And I usually read, and then from there, what I do is I go back, I start from right at that moment, and then I go into the day I had. So I'm like, I'm so grateful that I got to read this information before bed. I'm so grateful that I'm snuggling next to my man and my little dog. I'm so grateful that I had a really nice dinner. I had a nice conversation with my partner. I'm so grateful that, and then like I go through the day, but from the night to the morning, and I pick out every piece of abundance I can. I had a great conversation. I had a great TikTok live. I finished a Your Soul's Purpose report. Birds were chirping. I saw the rain coming down really crazy. Like I pick everything out that I can think of. And then from there, if I'm still awake, because sometimes in that kind of like what rampage is what Esther Hicks would call it, that rampage of like gratitude, sometimes I fall asleep. I'm not gonna lie. It's enough to just like put me right into like this nice energetic lull, and then eventually sleep. But if I remember, I usually will ask my guides, like, tell me something that's important, give me a message. And if it's very important, like help me remember it. So when I wake up, I can share it with those who need to hear it. Or perhaps it's a message for me or it's for all of us, right? And so last night, as I was thinking about my mom, because I shared that story on the evening live, I went into dreamland, and I don't remember exactly who was there, and I don't think that's really important. But what they were showing me was that our energy and our emotions, it's like the stock market. So if you were ever to see like the stock market chart, you know, it goes up, 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 and then it goes down, and then it goes up, 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 and then it might go down, and then it goes up, 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 and then it might go down, 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 up, down, right? And so it really just depends. It really just depends on, you know, the energy of the macroeconomics of the day for the stock market. That's kind of what it depends on, right? But when we think about our own emotions, or we think about our own growth or our own evolution, well, think about it like this. My mom was like forward marching on this trajectory of people pleasing. Yes, 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 I can do it. Miss Independent. And then now her whole world is turned upside down because it's like, I'm tired, but I want to do it, but I'm tired. And that to me kind of signified and symbolized the oscillation of the change. And I think we have to always remind ourselves that change doesn't happen with a snap of a finger, right? Sometimes we quantum leap. I learned yesterday, interestingly enough, about quantum sliding, which is something new, reality sliding. I hadn't heard that before. Which seems less like bold and dramatic of change right away. But most of the time, we are oscillating through our frequency. I'm learning, anytime you learn something new, you started not knowing anything about it, other than you were curious, so you started to learn. And then as you started to learn, maybe you learned really fast and furious for 5 months or 4 months, and then you got a little burned out on it. Or maybe you got confused and frustrated, so you backed off your learning. But then a month later, something sparks your interest again, or you're like, I really do want to learn that. And I think I've had enough of a break that I'm going to start learning again. Now, this is many people, some people stair step learn, some people really plow and then hit a plateau. That's my energy, right? That's how I learn. But recognizing that there is oscillation in the change, you guys. And so my mom's push and pull right now is, I just want to do what I want to do. However, I want to do what I want to do. I feel guilty because I'm not making the most of my life. I'm not being productive, whatever those things mean. I'm not da 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 da. I'm not everything for everyone. And back and forth, she'll go for a while. And so I'll just remind her, Mom, it's very normal. It's okay. Allow it to be what it is. And if you want to cancel a dinner, then cancel a dinner. Honestly, it's not the end of the world. Like, one of the most reliable people I know, if you cancel once, I think it'll be okay, right? You guys, let me catch up to the chat. Good morning, Rebecca. Thank you for the follow. Amelia, Catherine's in the house. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, beautiful souls. I love that. Good day. Judah says, I kept waking up at 11 a.m. I was like, I missed it again. That's okay. Judah, by the way, maybe you haven't been here since, but I started recording on YouTube. So you can find me on YouTube. And those who are listening, who want to catch replays, If you need to leave, or your boss is like talking to you and interrupting me. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Yeah, if you need to, you can always check me out on replay. My YouTube is at I am Lindsay with Love, or you can just search Lindsay with Love and likely I'll show up. I will. We're recording live on YouTube right here. It's hard because they're right next door, and I'm just going to stay looking at TikTok. I think the YouTube people will understand. Yesterday I did have somebody in the YouTube room, which was nice. I love that. I love seeing that. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. 2 Catherines in the house, Catherine Smith, and our OG Catherine is here. Permission granted is so relieving. Permission granted. Link in bio. No, now I can't blab all my secrets on live. All right, they're recorded. They're recorded. But you know what? Empowerment, right? Maybe they're not meant to be secrets. When I watched on YouTube, it looked perfect, like you were looking at the camera. Amazing. Go on, girl. They're as close as I feel like they can possibly be, the way it's set up. I mean, I could go just a little bit closer. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's something I was thinking about, you guys. And so if that resonates for you, remind yourself in the moments where you potentially will start to shame or guilt, I should be doing. I learned this from a girl on TikTok probably a year or two ago. And she was like, if you are somebody who says I should or I need to often, rephrase it and reframe it to yourself. Do you want to? Or do you actually need to in a way that's like, it's a responsibility that like it requires you to do it for your safety, your survival, all those things. Because if you don't want to, and it's not like a true need, then you can release I should from your vocabulary and stop guilting yourself. There's no reason for it. You're right where you're meant to be, in divine order, learning exactly what you're meant to at this moment in time. So just, I should can just throw it out the window. Just throw it out. There's a window right here that's not like, just throw it out. So what am I doing? Yeah. So Judah, my TikTok is on my phone and I have a webcam that is on a tripod, perfectly aligned with my phone camera. Yes, I'm like geeking out on it. And yeah, that's what I do. That's how I do it. It's very simple. It looks very simple. And actually it actually is very simple. Daniel says there's fear-based beliefs with secrets. Sometimes, maybe, I don't know. Good morning, Erica. Welcome to the chat. Removing need should. Yeah, just remove it. Like should is such like, my mom always is like, well, I should get up and do something. I'm like, why? Why should you? Do you want to get your steps in? Okay, then go do it. Do you need to go water the plants because there's been a drought for 2 weeks and they're dying? Then yeah, go do it. But like, if you're just saying it because you feel guilty for being idle, you guys, rest is one of the most important things in our lives. That's why we go to sleep every night, right? So is there such thing? And by the way, I truly believe that you can work energetically so consistently for so long that it's like the energy has to take time to catch up with you. The energy of the universe, like I know it's instantaneous, but like you need to allow that rest moment to just like let the energy settle as it may, which is why, you guys, I picked up crocheting. It is a hobby that requires me to focus, use my hands, which is releasing the feel-good endorphins and chemicals in the body. I get something tangible out of it. I'm manifesting as I do it. I take a bundle of yarn and I create actually something, typically clothes, and it takes a long time. It takes a long time. And sometimes I have to start all the way over from the beginning, which then doubles or triples or quadruples the time. And so when you need to rest, maybe you pick up crochet, maybe you grab a coloring book, maybe you doodle, maybe like pick anything, honestly. And I know that doesn't seem like rest, but it's better than like feeling guilty for sitting around being lazy. Now, to sit around every single day, all day, if you have other obligations, not the best idea, right? There is got to be this beautiful energetic balance of the yin and the yang, right? The rest and the action, the movement, the assertive and the passive. The balance is the key. Manifestation in motion, not magic. Oh, I love that. Steffi, welcome to the chat. I joined this right at this time. I feel so guilty giving myself rest. Steffi, this happens all the time. You are in the right place, my friend. I typically say something and then somebody in the chat says, this is my first time here and I needed to hear that. So welcome to Lindsay with Love. Welcome, welcome. All right. Deborah is in the chat. Hello, Deborah, VIP in the house. Deborah is a subscriber, VIP in my world. I love, love, love seeing you here. All right. Let's keep going, you guys, in the Wu Wei energy. If you have anything to chat about as regards to maybe your rest or those types of things, drop them in the chat and I'll read the messages as we go. But we're going to switch topics for a second. Actually, let's take a breath. That was a very quick, like, let's just take a breath. Permission granted to rest. One more. Breathing out of the mouth, releasing the word should from your vocabulary. If you can, try it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We don't have to guilt ourselves, you guys. I'm not going to say life is hard enough as it is because I don't really believe that. So I'm not going to say it, but guilting ourselves just adds a layer of complexity that's really not necessary. You have other things to think about, okay? All right. So you guys know I'm kind of into this simulation book. Not kind of, I am. I'm in book number 2. It's called, welcome to the chat, Belle. Thank you for the follow. It's called My Big Toe, which I think is very kind of cutesy and ironic because it actually stands for My Big Theory of Everything, written by Thomas Campbell. Thank you for the follow, Belle. Did I already say that? I think so. Judah, we are in Souls in Motion. We give you our devotion. LOL, that's so Raven. Oh my gosh, that's so Raven. What a blast from the past. Yeah, I remember that, so Raven. Okay, so in this simulation book, book 1, a lot of it mental stimulation, sometimes confusing, very long, complex sentences. Like I'm talking a whole paragraph is one sentence. Rereading, letting it integrate. Book number 2, way more fun. Much easier to understand, lighter energetically. The feeling of it is lighter. Thank you, Belle. Thanks for being here. And thank you for such a sweet compliment. I love that. Hello, Intuitive Bestie. Welcome to the chat. If you guys are new here, I hold my chest because I'm practicing training myself from speaking through my heart. And actually, maybe I'll just work on it right now without my hands. I like to talk with my hands. Maybe it's better this way. I don't know. All right. It's the robe, isn't it? You guys, I didn't even tell you the best part of my morning so far. I was grabbing my little dog. Did I just glitch? I was in my bedroom. I'm excited. I was in my bedroom. And I was like, okay, we need to go to get ready for TikTok Live, YouTube Live. It's time to kind of prepare for the morning. And she was in bed, and we don't have stairs or anything right now. She's very little, and she had surgery, so we can't have the stairs. So I'm kind of carrying her around. And I grabbed her off the bed, and I was like, okay, I need my phone, I need my Kindle, and I wanted to grab my coffee mug. And I was like, shoot. But this Kindle, whoever designed this robe, this Kindle fits perfectly in the pocket. I was like, you can't bring me down today. I just found the most amazing thing out about my robe. You better believe I'm gonna be walking around with my Kindle in my robe all the time now. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Oh, I'm obsessed. They knew. I know. I was like, well, maybe. And then I was like, well, maybe an iPad is probably the same. I've never had an iPad, but I'm guessing it's maybe like a tablet. It's the same size, right? But yeah, I was like, right after my nerdy heart, I'll take it. Thank you. I was like, thank you, designer of the robe. Okay, back to it. So simulation theory. He's talking about right and wrong choices now, much easier to understand than like quantum programming lingo for me anyway. I'm like, okay, right and wrong choices, I can get down with that. Yeah, I know, Mallory, I am. I'm like, oh, life. I literally stopped and I was like, thank you. Thank you times a million. You guys, let me catch up to the chat. Ali says the thing I've been getting out of it is people pleasing that shame me or guilt me even though I'm trying. Oh, you're getting out of is people pleasing that shame you or guilt you even though you're trying. Right. And some people think like you're not trying, or some people are like, oh, it's not good enough. But it's like, to whose standards? Like, you're in your own reality and I'm in mine. So like, you can just leave my reality. Permission granted to go. There's the door, right? Oh, there's the door. Okay. Yeah, looking at the sunsets is so beautiful. There's a psychological reason around sunsets and why we really love them, and sunrises is because it reminds us of the opportunity for a fresh start. Isn't that beautiful? Like, why are we so in awe of like the sun? Quite literally, psychologically, it reminds us that every time it sets, there's a chance for a new start, and every time it rises, there's a chance for a new start. Oh my gosh, I want to cry. Okay, so he's talking about right and wrong choices. Let's get to it. And I'm going to read some quotes, and then we're going to kind of dissect them as best we can, and kind of see how we take this information in. He says, in the evolution of your consciousness, motivation and intent are the key drivers of evolutionary process. What you do is secondary to why you do it. Quite interesting. In the evolution of consciousness, I'm going to read it twice. In the evolution of consciousness, motivation and intent are the key drivers of evolutionary process. What you do, in other words, the action you take, is secondary to why you do it. Seems pretty easy to understand. I'm not inviting anyone into the lives, you guys. Thank you. So he's basically saying you have to have the right motivation and you have to have the right intent in order to have the right actions, have the right movement after that. So I think good morning to my YouTube viewer. Welcome to the chat. If you are missing the conversations, because I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok, but I'm here watching and hanging out with you as well. Okay, so I think about, and we'll get further into this, but I think about when I was starting my first business, which was cannabis accessories. I started that business not because I was really in love with cannabis by any means. I started it because many states started to legalize cannabis, and I was like, oh, I have a brilliant idea. And in fact, it was a channeled message. I didn't realize at the time. It was a name, it came into my brain, and it was like, go do this. It showed me the vision and everything. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, I'm gonna go do it. Like I trademarked, you guys, I trademarked, I did all the things. However, my intention, my motivation was white space, tons of money. Don't care about cannabis. I know like some things about it, but I don't really care. But I'm a fashion girly, so it was accessories. I was like blinging out tubes. I was making really cool grinders, like Swarovski, all these things, right? I was like high-end accessories. So it turns it into like maybe something that's more appealing or easier to hide or take around with you. It's not so obvious, right? So that business was really hard. Like it was challenge after challenge. It was roadblock after roadblock, hurdle after hurdle, denied on this, denied on that. Because I had the name Blent in my business name, they were saying I was selling cannabis online. And I was like, no, I'm not. And so I could never get payment processors. It was just like a mess. It was a hot mess. And now, and of course, because the intention behind it was not like, oh, I'm actually doing something great for the world. The intention was I'm trying to make a crap ton of money, right? So the intention, the action was never easy. Nothing ever flowed. Marketing was hard. I felt like a giant imposter because I basically was. I'll say it. I'm not afraid to be transparent, right? But start to think about what are the motivations and intents around your life, maybe around your spiritual growth, maybe around the things that you're doing, and then recognize, and we'll get into it even further, recognize how they're playing out in the right way, or maybe they're not really playing out for you the way you desired them to be. Okay, follow along with me. Welcome, Victoria, to the chat. Thank you for the follow, Amy's resale. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, Cherokee 1111. All right, let's keep going. Hello, Sarah Well. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Moonbeams Healing. Thank you for the follow. Impasta. Why did I say it like that, though? Oh my God. That was good, Mallory. You made me laugh. Wow. Okay. Focus. All right. So then, that was so funny. I don't know why that was so funny. I really felt like an impasta. Okay. So then he goes on to say, your ability to express big truth within your life by making right choices based upon right intent depends upon the quality of your consciousness. What? Let's read it again. Victoria is going to catch the wave. Moonbeam Healing is sending me some hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes, you guys. We're already at 3.1 thousand likes. I've been streaming for 30 minutes, not even 28 minutes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. He says your ability to express big truth within your life by making right choices based upon right intent depends upon the quality of your consciousness. He's kind of saying it backwards, so let's say it forwards. The quality of your consciousness dictates and helps you with your right intent, which then helps you make right choices, which then helps you express big truth within your life. For me, that order makes more sense. I don't know. Take it how you will. Take it how you will. So as you evolve in your consciousness, all right. Okay. I don't know why they're restricting me, you guys. If you don't like what I'm talking about, you can leave. Don't restrict me, please. We're talking about evolving our souls here. Moonbeams healing, no worries, and you didn't miss it. You actually maybe missed it, but I said it at the beginning, so I'll say it again. It's called My Big Toe, and toe stands for Theory of Everything, and it's written by Thomas Campbell, and it's a 3-part book series. Thank you, Mallory, for the lightning bolts. It's a compilation of his spiritual journey, his work as a truth seeker, his work as like kind of a scientist, I think. I can't remember. He has a lot going on. And he looks at metaphysics and physics and theory of relativity and all these different things. And the books are about how he believes, by the way, that we live in a simulation. And he says throughout the books, always consistently, don't listen to everything I'm saying. This is what I have experienced for myself based on my meditation, based on my awakening, based on the truth that I've been seeking, based on what I've put together, right? Scientifically speaking. And he's like, please create your big toe, your big theory of everything. And so thank you, Mallory, for all the lightning bolts. Yeah, and so I'm sharing pieces of his book now almost typically every day because I'm in book number 2. Book 1, very challenging, long, complex sentences, hard to read, not hard to read, but took a lot of integration, right? Like, what did I just read? Go back. By the way, I think I'm a pretty good reader and I pride myself on being rather intelligent, but still, nonetheless, it was like reread. Book 2, way more fun, lighter. Right versus wrong choices. I can talk about that, right? What's the name again, Catherine? It's called My Big Toe by Thomas Campbell. Thank you for the lightning bolts, Mallory. For all those who restricted me, boo. Boo. For those of you that are interested, Moonbeams Healing, I am streaming live on YouTube right now as well. The replays are always up maybe an hour after or 20 minutes after. So you don't have to take notes. You can actually just go back to around the 28-minute mark and start watching on YouTube. There you go. And the YouTube handle is at I am Lindsay with Love, or you can just search Lindsay with Love. I think somebody told me, Catherine, I think told me, it will pop up. I pop up on the search. That's great. I love that. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going, Mallory. Thank you so much for all the love. 88 lightning bolts. I see what you're doing there, Mallory. I see you. Okay, so then he goes on to say, now stay with me because this one's a little bit of a longer quote. He goes on to say, you do not evolve higher quality consciousness through right action or right results, but only through right motivation and right intent. The physical material reality that we live in provides the right opportunity for very simple, straightforward interaction and a results-oriented feedback mechanism that reflects immediate and cumulative quality of intent. Right motivation and right intent are the only sure path to right action, which produces the right feedback to encourage right growth and learning. Like, whoa, do you guys, did it hit? Did it hit? Do you want me to read it again? I'll read it again because it's a lot. And we'll go line by line this time. So he's saying, you do not evolve into a higher quality consciousness by taking right actions or having right results. That's actually not how you do it. First, and the only way to evolve into higher quality consciousness is to have the right motivation and intent. Why do I continuously work on my spiritual growth? Because my motivation and intent, my motivation, quite frankly, is my soul's mission. I am really fully motivated by the fact that I came here to raise the frequency of the planet, and my intent is to do just that. And so as I focus on my motivation and my intent, that those motivations and that intent help me to make right choices and then take right actions. And as I continue to make the right choices and the right actions, The external environment around me is meant to provide feedback. In people in the chat saying I'm helping them, in people in the Cosmic Collective feeling much better, in people in the Manifesting Club manifesting with me, right? As examples. In my platform, consistently expanding, not growing up, expanding out, reaching more people. My following growing, but growing in an expansion way, right? Okay. We're all on the same board here, or on the same wave here. I see people are understanding. Okay, so then he says, the next line is, the reality gives us the feedback, right? And then he says, motivation, intent, action, and feedback are all interconnected. All interconnected. Right motivation and right intent are the only sure path to right action. So back to this example of my past business, maybe I was getting restrictions because I was saying those words. So I'll stop saying it. Good morning, Gabby's in the chat. Welcome, Gabby. So my past business, I didn't have the right motivation and the right intent. I was motivated by a new law and I was motivated by money, and my intention was just to make a crap ton of money, right? And so perhaps that's why I could never take what felt like the right actions, and I never got the right feedback because I wasn't making the right choices because of the wrong intent and the wrong motivation. Right? Like, so simple, but like, so also thank you for articulating that, Thomas Campbell, because that helped me, right? Thank you. He says, yeah, okay, so right motivation and right intent are the only sure path to right action, which produces the right feedback to encourage continued right growth and learning. One more time, because I was not reading that very fluidly. I'm going to take a sip of water and do it again. Dreamcatcher Girl, welcome to the chat. Right motivation and right intent are the only sure path to action, which produces the right feedback to encourage continued right growth and learning. Now, remember, you guys, he talked about the feedback earlier, and he says immediate result and cumulative. Now, what does cumulative mean? It means over time, right? Over time. And so we don't want to knee-jerk say, well, I must be having the wrong intent and doing all the wrong things because I'm not getting anything right in return. Not necessarily, right? We have to be patient. But I would say if your intent is, my intent is to raise the frequency of the planet, my motivation is my soul mission to do just that. My motivation too is just the nature of the world we live in right now, right? My motivation also is because I did it for myself. I want everyone to be able to experience it. I want everyone to experience alignment. I deeply desire. I actually deeply desire everybody to experience the alignment that I experience in my life, because life becomes wildly easier. And why should we be suffering if we don't have to? Why? I don't have a good answer for that. So if you can give me a good answer, then kudos to you. Yesenia's in the chat. Good morning. Victoria says, OMG. OMG, Victoria, what? Well, that just hit hard, Ellie says, with her reality. Full circle. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Moonbeam's healing. I was just thinking consistency would be the key with this. Yeah, with anything in life. Ask any single person that you deem successful or you feel is successful, and they will tell you that it wasn't luck and it wasn't perfect timing, and maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe they believe like, yeah, I was lucky, it was right place, right time. But I bet you any money they were also prepared. And you're prepared because you're consistent. Like I read a book once, and it was talking about millionaires, and they did many interviews of millionaires, and the one answer that was the same was consistency amongst every single one of them. And so I'm like, well, if 50 millionaires told you that the way to become a millionaire is to be consistent with whatever you're hoping to do with your life, wouldn't you just believe that is a fact? Fact. If I stay consistent, I must become a millionaire because all the millionaires said that they were consistent and that's how they became a millionaire. I'm using millionaire because everyone wants more money. Let's be real. It's just normal because money is how we exchange energies in this reality right now. So that's why I use money, because it's very easy. Everybody wants more money. All right. Consistently prepared, in alignment. Check, 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 check. All right. Oh, you guys, this pimple right in the middle of my forehead. Like, why though? Hey girl, sometimes, like why? Anyway, okay, keep going. Good morning. Ellie says, I'm learning that even if it's the right motivation and intent, the vibration has a lot to do with it. Yes, right? Because you could be motivated and intentional, but you could also, like, at the beginning of my spiritual journey, the motivation and the intention has always been the same: raise the frequency of the planet. Now, why is it that all of a sudden it's actually seemingly bringing me results after 3+ years of work? I mean, I've been working with people on a healing capacity for 3 years, like in exchange for money, right? But up until just recently, I would say the last year or so, it's really taken off. Why is that? Well, because I've been doing a lot of inner work, releasing any fears, releasing judgment, releasing insecurities, releasing imposter syndrome or imposter syndrome if you're Mallory, right? And so, yes, of course, that's also true. When he's talking about it, remember too, he's talking about simulation. So thinking outside of just the physical body, thinking full on simulation. Drive and determination. She's hanging out. Mallory, I know, like, come on. I want more money, but I never thought I could have an abundance of it. Well, allow yourself to have an abundance of it, because the earth proves abundance, right? There's an abundance of blades of grass. Like, if you were to sit and try to count every blade of grass, like, you would be here for many lifetimes, forever and ever and ever. So just that in its own sense, like, Mother Nature proves abundance. So for those people that are going around saying things aren't fair, things aren't this and that, or we're having wars because of resources and whatever, it's a limiting belief. It's a fear-based reaction. And if you were to just transcend yourself into this idea that the earth herself, Mother Gaia, proves there's abundance for everybody, then you would be able to start to step into your own. But once again, you guys, I was programmed from a child for whatever reason. I'll share this part of my life with you. When I was a child, maybe because I was the most empathetic one, I'm not really sure why, but my mother would talk to me about the money we had and how we never had enough. Never. If you ask my mom any moment of our childhood if we had enough money, she would be like, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. She was always worried about money. So I programmed myself to believe I never have enough money. It took me so much work, so much energy, so much consistency to remind myself that the world is abundant for everybody. And this is a limiting belief that I was programmed with, no fault of my mom's, right? It's just something she would talk to me about for whatever reason as a 12-year-old. And so I had to deprogram myself. I had to get out of that space. So yeah, remind yourself in those moments where you're feeling like lack or the universe it's not for you. It is. Mother Nature herself proves it. All right. Let's keep going. You feel that same nut? Okay. Well, we've been lied to. Mallory, I'm loving your energy today. You're cracking me up with is this like a perfect vibe of emojis with funny words? I like it. Moonbeam's Healing says, yes, go on. She's beautiful and abundant. Yes, she is. Alice says, I feel that. Same, not anymore. Lala says, yes. Was programmed by work to pay bills. Yeah, exactly. Lack or abundance, we choose it. I love it. Yep, same here. Working so hard to eliminate those limiting beliefs on every level. Yeah, takes time. Allow yourself the consistency. Allow yourself to be consistent. Thank you for the likes. Everyone who's been liking, thank you so much. And thank you for the chat. The chat is chatting. I love it. Okay, so he goes on to talk about 2 more things, and then we're going to get on the wave. It's like perfect timing, you guys. So thanks for helping me out today. Wu Wei, this collaboration we've got going on in the chat. I love it. I'm going to take my hands off my chest and see how I can do for the last 13 minutes of this live. Moonbeam's Healing, thank you. I'm glad it's been so truly amazing. If you're interested, you can join the Cosmic Collective. It is my spiritual community. Our spiritual community, it is not mine. I am the hostess of it, but it is not mine. It's ours. For those of you that are interested, Manifesting Club doors open August 1st. So make sure to follow me. Stay tuned. I'll be blasting it as soon as it's opened. Again, for you to join for only $11 a month and manifest with a powerful group of people. It's very, very powerful. Please get in if that resonates with you. Think and Grow Rich is a really great book. Yes, that's true. It's one of the OGs, really great book. Lastly, for those of you, really quickly, I know this is a little bit addy right now. It's kind of annoying, I know. But if you are interested in your soul's purpose, please, 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 if you are wondering why you're here, what you came to Earth for, why your soul was so excited to join this place, what your purpose is, you have this idea in your mind or in your heart that you're meant for something, but you don't know, get your soul's purpose report. Why right now? Because through the end of July, I'm also including 2 full extra pages. It's like at this point, it's like 11 to 12 pages for most people around what, around your human design as well. So I'm looking at astrology and human design. Ooh, super fascinating. Super fascinating. So if you're interested in that, click the link in my bio, and it is the first link once you click that link. There's a couple other links. Cosmic Collective is there. A free masterclass is there if you want to detox your energy. And something else I think is in there too. I can't remember. Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. Okay, that's the ad. Let's keep going. He goes on to say personal growth, growing the quality of your being, or growing wisdom. All of these increase your personal power. We talk about this a lot, you guys, that word power, as they decrease the entropy of your consciousness. So in other words, they increase your personal power and they increase the quality of your consciousness. Okay, personal growth, quality of your being, or growing wisdom. Then he goes on to say, I'm talking about the growing up and maturing of your being, not your brain, your being, emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical, right? A process that increases, opens the heart chakra, your capacity to love. He says, I'm also talking about spiritual growth, the evolution of your soul. Choose the expression that suits you because they are all essentially equivalent. I mean, all of this, you guys, from like 3 pages. It's quite powerful. Do you want to hear it again, or should I keep going? Mallory says, I feel alive. Go on, girl. Can you send me the link to the actual collective that you bookmarked? You guys should receive an email this morning. People in the Cosmic Collective, I sent an email this morning. It should have already gone out, giving you the link to the community tab. So not only is there Zoom information for tomorrow's spiritual chat, but there's also a link to the community collective, the collective community tab. So you can just click that link. So Catherine, check your email, my friend. But Mallory, also go on if you want to send it to her too as well. I know it's a little bit confusing, but once you're in, it will be easier. Just that first moment, right? Okay, so then he finally, I want to take my hands off my chest. Now I'm like programmed myself here. Do you guys notice that? Now I'm like, okay, hands at home. Hands at home. Okay, he says, lastly, thus, it is not possible to achieve a right result if the intent is wrong. A wrong intent damages its creator despite what else happens. Meaning, there are some people that go and make millions of money and they do it in a slimy way or whatever. But he's saying, even if you were to get the result you think you want, there is damage that happens to you no matter what. Now, once again, we don't have to think about this as an individual. We can think about this as like simulation theory, right? So Moonbeam Healing, yeah. I started with really talking about myself. If you guys even go watch my videos from like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, you'll hear me talking out of my throat. You'll hear my voice shift. So now I'm talking out mostly in my chest. It's like right here. It's actually going back up. It's hard. It's a hard training. Not hard. It's not hard. It's taking more time than I expected, but I'm remaining consistent. I'm going to bring my hands back to my chest because I still need them there for right now. Because I notice as soon as I take them off, it goes to right here. And I want it down here. So once again, thus, it's not possible to achieve a right result if the intent is wrong. A wrong intent damages its creator despite what else happens. So it's like the people that are wildly, successfully, wickedly rich, and they're drug addicts going to rehab because they've done it in a way that's maybe not with the right intention in their heart. That's a really easy example to see in our collective, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, the frequency is much lower. So the natural voice is the voice from the heart. I think that's so weird too, right? Not weird, but like also you recognize like as little kids age, like when you're little, you have this kind of high voice, and then as you age, it gets do. And then elderly women kind of have that lower voice, right? So I thought that's kind of interesting. Maybe because their heart chakra is opening, they've had so many life experiences and they become more wise, more compassionate, more empathetic. Is that it? Did I just crack the code? I don't know. Let's see. Anyway, I like it down here. I feel calmer down here. And I also feel like it's more soothing down here. Listening to the videos with my voice in my throat, it's just kind of annoying to my ears. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, I just saw like a huge over there. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you today. How are you feeling? What's going on? Thank you for everybody who gave me all the hearts. Thank you, Mallory, for the, oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. My lightning bolts, you guys, for all of you guys that interacted in the chat. We have a couple of minutes before we're going to get on the wave. So I'll just like hang out, open it up. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns? I hope you don't have any concerns, but if you do, let me know. Yeah. I mean, when I get excited, it goes right to my throat. It's like, ah, and I'm like, wait, whoa, calm down. But not, I don't have to calm down, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, go back to the heart. Can you be excited and be like, ah, from your heart? It's a little bit tricky. I don't know. I'm still practicing. You guys, I've only been practicing this for what, like 2 weeks, if that. It's not been a long time. So I'm giving myself patience because really needed to hear that this morning. Catherine says, I'm having a tough time with the chaos of manifesting. Well, perhaps, Catherine, you're putting too many complexities or systems or ideas into manifesting. So I would say if you feel chaotic, then grounding down, maybe taking a break from your spiritual journey. I know I mentioned this yesterday and it might sound a little counterintuitive, but just like anything else, we can get kind of like, I don't want to say the word obsessed or anything like that, but we can become like very like so focused on it that it almost goes like backwards from what it's meant to. It becomes almost less powerful, if that makes sense, right? Because it's the art ultimately of surrendering. I've healed. I love myself fully. I trust and know that there is a whole ton of energy swirling through me, made of me, around me, that's supporting and guiding me. So I don't have to push with human effort. I can just sit back. And so if that resonates for you, Catherine, I would say just take a rest. Take a rest. Especially fixation. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Concentration, right? Concentrated effort. Since our voice starts sort of like pipes and air, when more air circulates in one area, it's like the area heats up. We're feeling more energetic in that sense. Huh, yeah, I could see that. I could see that, Victoria. Ellie says, all this astrology energy has been chaotic for me. You guys, if you feel like there's chaos in your life, like permission granted to rest, remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. It's interesting because before I came on this live, I had papers strewn about all over my office. You wouldn't believe it. They're out of the view of the camera. And I was like, girl, how are you going to concentrate today with all of this crap? And I literally went through and I like ripped up the papers. I put them in my filing cabinet. I put my books on my bookshelf. And for the most part, other than the things that I absolutely need to finish the Soul's Purpose reports that I'm sending out hopefully today, everything else is put away. Chaos around you, chaos within you. Chaos within you, you might see some chaos around you. So really like cleaning up, taking a rest, especially on the spiritual journey, or especially when you first start learning something, you want to go so hard, but then you overwhelm yourself and then you stop because you've overwhelmed yourself. So even keeled, methodical pace, trusting that the consistency, even if it's a 10-minute meditation a day, even if it's 30 minutes of walking a day, even if it's reading 10 pages a day, I think that's what they do on 75 Hard, or whatever, reading for an hour a day. Like there's no rush, right? Remember the race, it's not a race to the end. There's no rush. And as you move methodically and smoothly through, what you're going to find is you're going to experience synchronicities and opportunities that point you in the right direction. So if you're rushing through, you're not going to be easily, or you're not going to be as aware likely because you're rushing through, and we're not meant to rush as humans, human and spiritual beings. And so when you rush through, you miss the signs, you miss the synchronicity. So allow yourself to just, there's no rush. There is no rush. All right. Let's catch up on the comments. Moonbeam says it's also helpful as I'm in transition right now. I'm glad it's helping you, Moonbeams. Welcome to the chat. I'm glad you're here. I'm totally describing an airbender. Victoria, it does exactly what I need to be reminded of. OMG, sending love to all friends. Chaos around, chaos within. I've been in chaos for 28 years. That one hit hard. Well, Mallory, permission granted to release the chaos. It kind of makes sense in my head. Yeah, if it makes sense in your head, go with it. It does make sense, actually. All right, you guys, let's get on the energetic wave. We have 2 minutes. Oh my gosh, I'm right on perfect timing. I'm getting better at this. All right, close your eyes. If you're new here, this is what we do every day. Just follow along. It's pretty easy. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Let it go. Breathe in. Release it out of the mouth. Do it one more time. Think of something you're manifesting, or maybe you're just like, I just want to release it all. Manifest your total surrender. Manifest rest, right? Release the word manifest. Just think of something that you want to do today and achieve. How about that? We'll go back to human words. I am strong. I can do this. Smile because you're actually doing it. Smile. Show me your teepers. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. Even if it's resting, you guys, you can freaking do it, and you can do it, right? You did it. I am strong. I can do this. Show me your teepers. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. Breathing in, pulling the energy to the crown, from your root to the crown, expanding the energy out at the top of your head, really visualizing whatever it is you desire for your day. Maybe you're just desiring to stay on the wave. Pick that. Something simple. And on the exhale, if you haven't already, bring it down to the root. Solidifying it into your root chakra. One more time, breathing in, expanding it at the crown, and exhaling it down to the root, bringing it into your physical reality. I am strong. I can do this. Show me your teepers. Big smile. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. You're on the wave. Giddy up. Yeehaw. I don't know why. All right, you guys. How are you feeling? How's it going? Life is good. You're welcome, Catherine. Love you all too. Release the idea of I should today. Just if you have the opportunity, do your best to see how your day flows for you. What are you inspired to do? Are you inspired to lie on the sofa all day? Then do that. Are you inspired to pick up a book? Then do that. Are you inspired to create a TikTok live? Then do that. Are you inspired to, I don't know, what are you doing? Giddy up. I know. I don't know. I don't know. Yesenia, thank you for being here. Moonbeams, we do this every single morning at around 9:55 or so. So please come on back. I appreciate you all. That was fun. It's 10:01. Your girl is killing it lately. I'm right on time. I'm honoring my time boundaries. I'm honoring my energy. Honor your energy too. Genuinely honor your energy. If you feel inspired, then go do the thing you feel inspired to do. But if you don't, then trust that it's okay. You're inspired to rest, and that is normal. Honor it. Thanks, lovies. Love that one. On the wave. So am I. I'm going to get these soul purpose reports out, you guys. Once again, if you're interested in your soul's purpose, please get the report before the end of July. I'm including that bonus reading on your human design in 3 different planetary placements. Super powerful for me, very confirming for me. So I love, love, love it. And yeah, that's what I've got for you. If you need the free Detox Your Energy Masterclass, you want to start detoxing, then make sure to click the link in the bio. It's called Free Detox Your Energy Masterclass. Very succinct, very articulated there. And what else, you guys? If you're interested in joining the Cosmic Collective, this first spiritual lesson is there. Number one. Number two, for those that are inside, the first spiritual chat happens tomorrow at 10 a.m. right after this live on Zoom. So I'm excited to hang out with you. If you can make it, cool. If not, drop your questions or your comments in the community thread, and I will be sure to answer them on the live. It's going to be recorded. You can always come back to it. For those of you that are OGs in the Manifesting Club, you have a discount for the Cosmic Collective. So if that inspires you and resonates with you, then join us before tomorrow, perhaps, so that way we can chat together, because I love you all. Okay, I'm in awe of you. Well, switch that energy and be in awe of yourself, okay? Go on now. I love it. We live in the Wild Wild West. I don't know why I said yeehaw. I don't know. I was like, let's go. Yeehaw, giddy up. All right. Have a great day. Have a great day, Yesenia, Divinity, Victoria, Mallory, Moonbeams, Catherine, Allie. Who did I miss? You guys have a great day. Get inside the collective. Stay tuned. Be back tomorrow. Come hang out with me this evening. I'll see you guys all in a bit. And for my viewer on YouTube, if you're interested in any of those things, you can find them in my bio. Have a good day.